Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace the premotor filter in a Hoover wind tunnel twin chamber. It's a very easy process, but a lot of people are kind of turned off by it. So first, get your replacement filter. This is normally a $20 Febreze filter because no other Hoover themselves charges a lot for these, so people will try and find a generic one. So Febreze decided to make their own. Here it is. Looks identical to an AEM one. Normally this is $20, this Febreze motor filter, if Walmart even has it. I got it for $5 on eBay because someone was selling it. Clearly they got rid of the vacuum it was for. So if we take a look here, obviously you got your bin. On some of the Hoover twin chamber machines, this one in particular is a Hoover M-Power, whether it's a wind tunnel, a V2, Savvy, CV, whatever. It's a very similar, it's the same exact process. The only difference that sometimes occurs is the filter is on the other side. On this one, the filter is on this side, sometimes it's on that side, but it doesn't change the process. So on mine, just start with taking that filter out, or taking the bin out, pop that cover off. Some of them clip on, some of them just sit on there like mine. And then I did clean this so I can show you guys nicely. And then you're just gonna want to pull this out, just grab onto it. Basically, I use this little groove that's right here, because I think that's kind of why they made it like that, because obviously the filter goes all the way to here. I'm assuming that's why they put that little indent. You can see this is the main reason I'm replacing mine. It's getting a little too loose. Hopefully the new one will make up for that, and the seal I'll show you is getting dry rotted. So continue sliding it out. It just slides right on out. While you guys have it apart, you know, this is kind of something you might as well do. I wipe my bin out. You can rinse it out and then dry it off. You might as well. And then pop this out here. And then here is the main reason I'm replacing mine. This seal right here is getting it's still pliable, but it's very slippery. And it's not making a good seal. It hasn't let any dust in the motor so far, but I do use this thing a lot, so last thing I need is for that to start happening. This is where your new filter is going to sit. That's where the new seal goes. That's another reason to make sure your bin is nice and clean. Make sure this bottom surface is clean. It'll seal on this seal right in here nice. To make sure that's clean, and then make sure yet again that this mating surface is clean. Otherwise, putting this new filter in is going to render quite useless. Because try and think about the motor on your vacuum in this situation. Don't think about yourself. Think about the motor in your vacuum. You need to replace this every now and then. I mean, if you just compare, where did I set the old filter? There it is. If you just compare that color change, I mean, come on. Like, now this was not letting any dust through, but I can tell some of these are starting to get ready to tear, some of these pleats. This one right here was the main problem child. Yet again, if there was dust leaking through, there would be dust in here, and there's not. But last thing I need is for one of those to tear while I'm using it, and then it starts sucking the dust. These Hoover motors are not only a pain in the ass to change, but they're also good quality motors, and there really shouldn't be a reason to change them. And they're kind of expensive, because most people know what they're worth, because they will last a long time, especially these older Hoover ones. So, and like I said, just wipe this screen down, wipe where it sits up here, then very importantly, wipe where it sits right here, even if it's just a dry rig. Wipe that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And the bin, that's actually more important, because that's where the seal mainly seals, is down on the bin there. So if that's dusty, it's not going to seal, and then you're going to get dust in your motor anyways, and out back into your air. So if you care about your allergies and your health, that's one reason. And if you care about your machine lasting, that's another. Just pull this apart. I think it might actually be open on my own. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, knife. Sometimes these things can be kind of a pain in the butt to get open. Be careful if you do use a knife. Keep your hands away. There you go. Always put the blade away on your knife. Most of them allow you to do so, not leave it hanging out. slide right on out. Like I said, this is a Febreze filter, so it smells really good. In there, that's nice and pliable. It's still slippery. So what I'm gonna do is grab some of my interior protectant. This is for a car. Just apply that. And this will make it even more slippery, honestly, but it's going to make that rubber a little bit more bindable, and it'll help it seal and help it last longer. There you go. It's a little bit more soft and rubbery. And if it's still a little wet, that's perfect. That'll help it seal even better. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is get the seal down in this groove and pop it in. See, it's still got some movement in it, but nowhere near as bad. And then this isn't moving around quite as much as the old one was. Now, some machines, I forgot to mention, will have a little spinning knob here. All that's for is so that you can spin it and it will shake all of the dust off this filter. This is not one of the models, otherwise there'll be a little rubber flap right here. I'll have to show that sometime on my V2, but right now is not the time. So, yet again, make sure your bin where the filter is going to be going is nice and clean, especially right here. This is the most important part, because that's where the seal actually binds with the plastic and prevents dust from getting past. I've never once seen dust actually get into the... Sorry about that. So yeah, like I said, make sure this is clean. Then get your new filter with your cleaned screen, and the side with the big hole is going to go down, and you'll notice there's these little, what would you call these, little cams. I guess this would be the cam, and then this would be the ridge. And you're going to want to obviously make sure you put it on the side with the hole, and then line up the cams with the ridges. And then there you go. And you can kind of push it in and you'll feel it seal. And the old filter actually had play down here. This one does not move around down here at all, so it's not going to let any dust through. So once you got your filter in, let's see, it's installed. That nice tight seal there. While you've got the bin off, this is just kind of an extra. Yet again, grab some type of cleaner. I'm just going to use my 409. Spray it on the towel and clean out this seal where the bin makes contact. And this is where the dirt comes through. If this isn't sealed, you might not get as good of suction and airflow coming out at the head and or the hose. So you got that. And then spray a little bit more. Just clean that seal down here as well where the bin seals. Yet again, if you want maximum airflow and suction, keep your seals clean. If you're only going to do one thing on your vacuum, for the love of gosh, keep these seals clean. And your filters and your belt. And it'll last forever. It'll clean forever. Believe me. These things can last just as long as a Kirby if you take care of them properly. And it clicks right in. And you're done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. Peace.